Welcome to the Smart Weight Loss Coaching Podcast. I'm Dr. Lisa Olson, a board-certified weight loss medicine specialist and certified life coach. In this podcast, I'll share fresh insights and effective techniques for incorporating mindset, habit change, and proven science into your life. Are you ready to achieve sustainable weight loss, wellness, and longevity? Then let's jump in and lose weight the smart way. Welcome back. If you're like most people, when you think of fall, you can't help but think about things like pumpkin spice lattes, apple cider donuts, and a veritable pumpkin palooza of pumpkin-flavored treats, like pumpkin bread, pumpkin bars, and pumpkin muffins. My mom makes a killer pumpkin bar with a crushed pecan crust, and I look forward to it every autumn. There's value in celebrating pumpkins, just like we celebrate colorful leaves, funky-looking gourds, Halloween costumes, and bobbing for apples. But when we turn our love of autumn into a pumpkin palooza food carnival with ultra-processed treats, we don't do ourselves any favors. There's nothing wrong with having a treat, of course, but we shouldn't overlook ways to celebrate the season that don't revolve around food. This is especially true if you're working to manage your weight, your blood sugar or cholesterol, or if you're simply interested in living healthier longer. Recently, I've seen a lot of women get stuck in their weight loss efforts because of seasonal treats. It's like something happens to our willingness to stay on track from the moment the leaves start to turn until we ring in the new year. It doesn't have to be that way. We can find our balance planning and allowing some special foods while keeping our focus on the things that matter most, our social connections and our health. I'm not interested in yucking your yum. If pumpkin treats are your jam, then you should plan for that. But let me help you plan your treats in a way that doesn't undermine all of the hard work you've been doing to manage your weight, keep your blood sugar under control, and live healthier longer. Let's start by raising our awareness of what's in some of the commonly embraced fall treats. At Starbucks, a grande pumpkin latte has 50 grams of sugar. 50 grams! There are 4 grams of sugar in a teaspoon, so you can think of that as 12 and a half spoonfuls of sugar. 12 and a half spoonfuls of sugar! Yikes! Can you imagine spooning 12 and a half scoops of sugar into your drink? In terms of ultra-processed ingredients, which make us hungrier and cause weight gain, the latte has natural flavors, which are decidedly not natural. It has annatto, a cosmetic additive that creates that orange pumpkin color. It also contains potassium sorbate, mono and diglycerides, carrageenan, and citric acid. Impressive, but not in a good way. What's a person to do if the highlight of fall is the opportunity to drink pumpkin spice lattes? I'd suggest it's time to rethink your drink without getting too diety or restrictive. We don't have to make anything forbidden. First of all, if you're someone who could take or leave the pumpkin spice latte, but you drink it because it seems festive this time of year, I'd suggest saving your treat for something else. That replacement treat could be something sweet, but not over the top with over 12 scoops of sugar, and hopefully your replacement treat will be something made with real food ingredients and not all of those chemicals. Thinking back to our grandparents and great-grandparents, they had occasional treats, but everything was homemade. That's the ideal. Coming back to the pumpkin spiced latte, let's say it's your very favorite treat of the year. You love it and you look forward to it for months. Then have one. Nobody died, got diabetes, developed dementia, or gained 30 pounds from one annual pumpkin spiced latte. And by the way, I always think it's fun to remind myself to order the size I want to be. Nobody needs a grande with 50 grams of sugar. Come on, that's outrageous. A tall, which has 38 grams of sugar, which is 9.5 spoonfuls, that's more than enough. Actually, I just learned that there's such a thing as a short pumpkin spice latte with a mere 25 grams or just over 6 spoonfuls of sugar. That's the ticket. I'd recommend that for your annual pumpkin latte. That's one entire day's maximum recommended sugar intake, but I can live with that, and you can too. It's just one day, one latte. If you love pumpkin spice latte, have a short one once a year, and then enjoy that without feeling guilty, without shame or remorse. It's fine. You're welcome. What about popular store-bought autumn treats like the Starbucks pumpkin cream cheese muffin? For starters, it has 34 grams of sugar, so about 8.5 spoonfuls. Definitely not ideal. But again, if this is your one fall special sweet treat splurge, fine. Sugar is the number one ingredient, but again, if you splurge on a single big sweet treat every fall, I think you have room for a muffin with 34 grams of sugar. Or maybe you can split it. But what else is in that muffin? Are we looking at a Nova 3 muffin made with all real ingredients, or a Nova 4 muffin that's ultra-processed, making you hungrier later and contributing to weight gain out of proportion to the calories? Let's find out by looking up the ingredients. Hitting the highlights, or perhaps I should call them the lowlights, the pumpkin muffin has guar gum, propylene glycol alginate, carrageenan and locust bean gum, natural vanilla flavor, which is not actually vanilla. It's a chemical made to have the flavor of vanilla, kind of like perfume that you can eat. There's also lactic acid, xanthan gum, sodium citrate, mono and diglycerides, and soy lecithin. Did your grandmother cook with these ingredients? No, right? Mine sure didn't. This is a Nova 4 ultra-processed food that increases your risk for obesity, metabolic syndrome, depression, dementia, and diabetes, among other things. I don't find that worth it. It's not worth the splurge to me. Not that I don't have sweets, I do. But once you start reading ingredient labels, you can't unknow what you now know. I'd rather ask my daughter to make a homemade pumpkin sweet treat from scratch. She loves to bake, and I love to hang out with her while she does it, especially when I get to be her taste tester. The pumpkin cream cheese muffin from Starbucks has 350 calories. Eating 350 calories of something made from scratch with real ingredients might still be dessert. It's still a splurge, but it behaves very differently in your body than the 350 calories of an ultra-processed food. If you're not sure what I mean, think about it like this. I find this pretty intuitive. You probably agree that 350 calories of salmon and broccoli behaves differently in your body than 350 calories of flaming hot Cheetos, right? Why is that? It's because the salmon and broccoli is nutrient dense, and the Cheetos are nutritionally bankrupt. Your brain quickly figures that out when it gets 350 calories it can't use, and it drives up your hunger hormones, sending you out to scrounge around for more food. It's a similar concept with pumpkin desserts. A dessert is not necessarily packed with nutritionally dense ingredients, but it gives some fuel to your body. Your body can do something with plain sugar and flour, occasionally. You can't eat it all day long, but as a treat, sure. A pile of Nova 4 chemicals, on the other hand, not only doesn't provide any nutritional benefits, but it creates harm and impacts our health. Ultra-processed foods are killing us. They're driving up our weight and causing man-made metabolic chronic diseases that we don't have to endure. This time of year, I look around the grocery store and feel a bit of despair at the way food scientists have perfected the contrasting flavors and textures that hook us. Sweet and salty, crunchy and chewy. These combinations are becoming more elaborate with each passing year. Consider this. How does it feel to mindfully and slowly eat one apple cider donut from your local bakery while you sit around the kitchen table with your best friend on a Sunday afternoon chatting about life? Compare that feeling to eating 4 apple cider donuts from Dunkin' Donuts that you picked up at the drive-thru and ate alone in your car. Those feel really different, right? It might be stating the obvious, But what if we created traditions that revolved more around people and activities and less around food? It's a fantastic time of year for some fall crafts, for taking a hike in the forest preserve, for going to the botanic gardens, or for getting friends together for a game night. The zoo is open in the fall. It's a great time to take the kids on a night hike. Our local park district often has a spooky story night for kids and families around a small bonfire, which my kids thought was incredibly fun, especially when they were little and we let them attend in their pajamas. It's a fun time to decorate for Halloween or go to a harvest fest and to start making Halloween costumes. Lots of places offer corn mazes, hay rides, and pumpkin carving events. There's so much you can do this time of year to make the season memorable. I don't want to make it all about over-the-top foods, but rather about cool things I can do with family and friends. And in that context, I don't mind an occasional homemade treat. An occasional planned splurge. For your MBA, your next best action, please plan a treat and plan something made with real ingredients that feels worth the splurge to you. Plan the details of how you want to eat or drink it at least 24 hours in advance. That way you're tapping into your prefrontal cortex, the smart thinking part of your brain. Or perhaps an MBA that resonates with you is planning something with people you enjoy. We all live longer, healthier when we invest in rich social connections. If you're listening on the day this episode drops, today is the last day of registration for our Women's Wellness Retreat, which is happening November 2nd and 3rd, about 90 minutes north of Chicago. Head over to smartweightlosscoaching.com and click the tab at the top to get to our retreat page. Our speakers are doctors, therapists, coaches, and women with other areas of expertise who are coming together to help you transform your life and start a new chapter dedicated to balance and wellness. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this program will help you take charge of your health and level up your life. You don't want to miss it. Rumor has it that we're extending the deadline for another day or two, so please don't miss your chance to join us by going to smartweightlosscoaching.com today. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like more support during your smart weight loss journey, check out our group coaching program at smartweightlosscoaching.com. Until next time, stay well and stay smart.